Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Kevin at 7. It is Thoughtful Thursday. This special episode is brought to you by me, and I am the sponsor. So excited to have you guys on today. We're going to talk about what do you think about all the time? What do you think about all the time? All the time. Not like, what do you think about every once in a while? What do you want to think about all the time? What do you think about all the time? What are the thoughts that go through your head all day, every day? What do you think about all the time? What do you think about all the time? And I'm thinking about, as I say this, so good morning, everybody. You come on, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. And thanks for all the hearts. Thanks for all the thumbs up. And tell me where you are, like somebody from Edinburgh, Texas. I couldn't tell you who that was. Ulysses from Tucson. Rusty from Denver, Colorado. I saw Rawl. I saw some other people from San Diego. Let's see who's, hi, Rhonda. Max from Champaign. Simon from Denver. Rawl from San Diego. Awesome. Great to see all you guys. Dean Kessler from Eureka. Frosty Eureka. Ravi from Redmond, Washington. Good morning, everybody. Let's see who we got joining us over here on YouTube. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Bonnie from Port Charlotte. John from Toronto. Good to see all of you guys this morning. And I was a couple of minutes late today because I had a technical difficulty, but I figured out something about one of my cameras and why it doesn't work. So that was good news. All right. So today is Thoughtful Thursday. We're going to think about thinking. We're going to talk about thinking because one of the things that I learned from Earl Nightingale in his book, The Strangest Secret. This is like an amazing, it's a book, but it was really an audio recording. So just go to YouTube, not right now, but later, and just look up The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, and you can hear the talk that he gave called The Strangest Secret. And then I like to read instead of watch video because I can read faster, I can highlight, and I can remember more. But this book is insanely, and it's so thin that it's even got blank, like 3 sheets. The back are just blank, right? There's nothing there because it's so short. It's 42 pages. And I guess it is actually 42 pages. So it's 42 pages. It's called The Strangest Secret. And here is the secret. You don't even need to get the book. I'm just going to tell you what the secret is. Okay. And he talks about it throughout the whole thing, though. He explains the science behind it. And he says, we become what we think about. We become what we think about. Good morning, Jonathan from Dallas. For anybody else that's joined us, good morning. Good morning, Paul. Thomas, all right. I think about real estate all the time. You're going to become a house. And I'm not kidding. What do you think about all the time? Hey, Miriam from Los Angeles. Ronald from Birmingham. Good to see you guys. What are you thinking about all the time? What are you thinking about all the time? Where do you train your brain? Do you train your thoughts or do you follow your thoughts? Do you lead your thinking or do you follow your thinking? That's the difference. Most people do not lead their thinking. They follow their thinking. They allow their brain, their thoughts, and their emotions to lead instead of you leading your will, your dream. Instead of your dream leading the charge, your thoughts, your emotions are leading the charge. Testosterone leads most guys, Max. Yeah, that's why they screw their life up, pun intended. Is because they allow their testosterone rather than their dreams to lead the charge. Because see, testosterone is not dependable. Testosterone has no commitment. It is not laser focused. It's everywhere focused. It's easily distracted. It has no intelligence. It has no dream. It only seeks immediate gratification, right? Harold from Elkhart, Indiana. Good morning. Nathaniel from Westlake Village. So how do you lead the way you think? Hey, Simon from Buena Park. Good morning. Dennis from Elsinore. Gary from Sun City. It's like there's everybody's showing up late on YouTube today. I'm not sure why. All right. So here's the deal. How do you control and lead your thinking and make it an intentional journey instead of unintentional? So I've been thinking a lot about this because I just redid my pocket plan. So you guys know, if you follow me for a long time, you know I carry a pocket plan with me, which is a pocket. I just printed this one. It's brand new because I just updated it and got all the new stuff on it. And so it's got my updated declarations, which are my daily declarations, which is how you part of programming your thoughts, part of programming your brains. So if one's thoughts are fear-based, then you get more of what you fear. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, it's kind of crazy, but I think some of the best books I have read this year are this thick. These are three books I've read this year. They're like, I love little thin books. And I get people to take the book of Yes right here, the best book on real estate conversations ever written. And they go like, it's just not that, it's not that meaty. It's not that, like, it's only 143 pages long, like as if they feel ripped off. And I'm like, you have no freaking clue. It's not the length. It's the power of the content. So I'm talking about what I've been reading in these books, just so you guys know. You become what you think about all the time. And you think about stuff all the time, just most of the time, the things you're thinking. Hey, Jake from Ohio. Most of the time, the things that you're thinking are based in disempowering emotions for most of us, because one of the biggest thoughts that many of you hold is that you're not good enough. You're not worthy, that you are not enough. And whenever that is your belief, when your belief is I'm not enough, that is a program, a thought program that is running in your head non-stop. It is never stops. You guys understand what I'm saying? Let me see some thumbs up or some sad faces or mad faces or whatever. It never stops. What you believe about yourself, is a program of thought, of thinking that runs in your brain nonstop. And so if you don't like who you are, or you realize that your thinking is less than what you it holds you down. Your thinking holds you down. It keeps you from accomplishing. It keeps you from believing in yourself. It keeps you from accepting yourself. It keeps you locked in fear and procrastination and excuses. And then you just don't do anything. You get stuck in paralysis and excuse making, excuse mongering. Whining and complaining may show up that way. So what do? Think about what you want. Think about what you want to accomplish. If I just, when we were so lucky for most of it when we were 2 and 3 years old, because we saw the world and we saw something that we wanted. And we just thought one thing: how do I go get it? Is that right? You guys understand what I'm saying? That when we were little kids, not 5 or 6, little, like 2 or 3, we saw something and we go like, oh, I want that monkey. And I want to pet him. And I want to take him home with me. And there were no limits to to our desire. There was no limits to our dream. And we just believed. And then the big people in our world started teaching us and programming us to give up those dreams, to start programming us that we couldn't do that. We weren't worthy, or it wasn't possible. I know I'm talking to you guys. Kathy, I know I'm talking to you. That's why I'm here. Because I'm taking what I had to learn myself and what I've been taught, and I take it to the people in the world that I know. You guys, when I look around, the world is me. And that is that the things I struggle with, 99% of us struggle with. The difference is that I'm one of the 1% or 1/10 of 1% who say, you know what? I don't believe what I think. I know what I'm thinking is a bunch of crap. My own thoughts work against me. And I look at it and go like, I'm not okay with that. So I'm gonna break through that. Hang on, let me let my cat out because he is over here whining like crazy. Come on, go. Bye. All right, so I know our cat's like a dog. He gets to go in the backyard because our backyard's fixed, so the cat's safe. He doesn't run away. He doesn't climb. He's not a good climber. So anyway, so here's what I've done, and here's what I'm going to challenge you to do. is you got to take control. And I've done this now for over 10 years and religiously for the last 7.5 years. And that is, I have taken charge of my thinking. I own my thinking. Okay, so how do you change your thinking? So I learned this from books like Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Because, guys, this is just kind of a starting point. Think and grow rich. He didn't say work and grow rich. He didn't say, start an internet company and grow rich, get a real estate license and grow rich. It was think and grow rich, which means that the key to you having all the riches you want in your life. And so for anybody that's having this issue right now that goes, well, I don't want to be rich. Look, rich means having what you want. Okay, that's what it means. Rich means having what you want. And if you read and study the billionaires in America and in the world, if you read and study the billionaires in America and read what they say, don't read what other people say about them. Because see what everybody says, everybody that's not a billionaire that writes and reports and talks about what billionaires do and think are idiots. Stop listening to what other people say about successful people and start listening to what the successful people say about themselves. Because that tells you what their thinking is, and their thinking is what got them there. Okay, everybody understand what I'm saying? I just give you a personal challenge that's going to piss some of you off. If you want to find out who Donald Trump really is, find out how he thinks, not find out what everybody else thinks about what he thinks. That will freak you out. Because what he's been saying ever since the very first book he ever published, The Art of the Deal, he still behaves the same way he wrote back then. The way he thought then, same way he thinks today. And you may not like it, but if you want to know who he is, pay attention to what he says about himself, not what everybody else says about it. But see, some of you are so jaded by your beliefs, and whether it's him or Howard Schultz or Soros or Warren Buffett or whoever, Bill Gates, whatever billionaire you want to think about. If you want to understand what they're really like, listen to how they think, not how people think they think. Because they color it. It's totally colored. Okay, you think Bill Gates is a softy, nice guy? He's a hard ass. Just it totally is. So just if you want to understand how people think, so you got to get into your own thinking. Study the best in the world, people who have greatness, and study how they think. That's how you learn. And then you got to control your own thinking. Okay, so how do you take charge of your thinking? Napoleon Hill studied how the best in the world thought and how they behaved. So thinking precedes behavior. Okay. Thinking precedes behavior. So wrong thinking precedes wrong behavior or inaction. Okay, it's what it does. Good thinking precedes good action. So if you're thinking one thing and you're not taking action, it's because your thoughts are more fear-based than anything else. That's why you make excuses, right? So Napoleon Hill says, how do you get over this? Think and Grow Rich. So the whole book of Think and Grow Rich is how to change the way you think. So when you change the way you think, that's when you win. Okay. So what I did out of what he said, number one, you need to write a definite major purpose. You got to figure out what you want. He calls that having a burning desire. Follow your passion, follow your dream. See, some of you are so busy trying to make a living right now, trying to pay bills that you don't even know what your dream is anymore. But when you're the little kid and you saw the monkey and said, I want the monkey, you were clear about what your dream was at that moment. Now, you were a little kid, so you hadn't developed laser focus. And most of you never developed laser focus. I certainly never did. Because I was never taught the importance of, I was just taught when you want something, go for it. If it gets hard, quit. That didn't work out too good for me. And I guarantee it's not worked out too good for you either. All right. So here we go. Oops, I just did something. I lost you guys. Okay. Thanks for all the thumbs up, by the way. So number one is you got to say what you want. So number one is have a definite major purpose. So I've got on my pocket plan, I've got my Definite major purpose right here at the very top. Definite major purpose. Now I've got my daily declarations, which is what you say to yourself about yourself. Okay, these are brand new. These are for 2019. I just rewrote these. I've done daily declarations for years. Yeah. So see, Eric, I got to go aside on this because this is an important thought. Eric says, I'm trying to pay my bills. You're right. I'm trying to squeeze my dream in. So that's the problem, is we're so busy surviving that our dream gets squeezed out. Okay. Now I'm not saying don't do things to pay your bills. I'm just saying, but the focus has to be on the dream. Now here's what I got to do to get that dream. And then you figure out what you got to do to get that dream. Well, I got to keep paying bills to get to that dream, right? It's easier to do it when you actually have a house to live in and have electricity and running water. All that helps, right? But you got to take action toward the dream. That's why when I started my coaching company, when I started Yes Masters Real Estate Coaching Company, I was pursuing my dream and I wasn't paying bills. It just happened and I lost everything. And I ended up sleeping on an air mattress in an unfurnished bedroom that I was renting from a single lady in an apartment, a run down, ugly apartment built in the 70s. But I was focused. I was clear. I knew what I was doing. And my dream consumed me every single day. And it's really kind of nice when you're sleeping on an air mattress in an unfurnished bedroom, that there's not really much to distract you. You kind of like, I don't want to be here. So I would go there and I would sleep and then I would leave. And then I would go to Starbucks and I would work with my computer and I would work and I would create. And I had literally my first videos, my first training videos, guys, were shot on my first ones were shot on a flip camera. And then they were shot on my iPhone. Literally my first training modules on my membership site, which has all been replaced now, but the originals were all shot on an iPhone, on a smartphone. And I had a $3 floodlight that I got at IKEA, and that was the lighting, aside from the fluorescent lighting in the office where I was shooting my videos. And I was sneaking into my real estate office, and I say sneaking. I mean, I wasn't supposed to be there, but like nobody knew I was recording my own coaching program. But I was focused. So you got to get focused. So have a definite major purpose. And what do? I read it out loud every day, over and over and over and over and over again. I still do that. Daily declarations. And I say them out loud every day. I say them out loud with passion. They're declarations. They're not affirmations. They're declarations, because a declaration is something that you declare. You speak with passion, with emotion, with conviction. Okay, so it doesn't say I am laser focused. I am laser focused. I am laser focused. I am laser focused. You see the difference? Because when you engage emotion, now I'm leading my mind. I'm leading my emotions. I'm not following my emotions. I am leading my emotions, and that creates energy. And that's what, from a biochemistry perspective, that is what rewires the neural pathways that creates new ways of thinking. Everybody got it? And then I visualize. So the first part, this is what I say, and then I got pictures. I got pictures on my thing, and these pictures are things that I visualize. And I don't just look at them. And I've got them on my pocket plan, but I've also got bigger. I've got them on my dream board, my vision board, which is up on my wall, and then I have big pictures that I print out. And that way I look at, and when I look at them, and sometimes and just depending on what the dream is, sometimes I'll watch a video of it. But I'm not just watching the video. I'm visualizing myself in that moment, in that place. Whatever the goal is, whatever the dream is, I'm visualizing it. And guys, my dreams are now, this is such a mistake that I made for so many years. My dreams are impossible. My dreams are impossible. I look at my dream house right now. And there is no way in the world I'll ever have that house. It's impossible. But I'll have it. because I discovered that when you believe and you pursue and you change the way you think, that the impossible becomes possible. But because we were so beat up with the limiting beliefs of others, that we created, and we got inside the box of everyone else's limiting beliefs, and then that we owned them. They became our limiting beliefs. And so we put ourselves in a little box and we said, well, I'm never going to have stuff like that. I'm never going to be able to go places like that, do things like that. Flying first class, that's just not, that's what rich people do, and that's a waste of money. Well, see, saying that flying first class is a waste of money, how do you know it's a waste of money? You ever done it? If you've never flown first class, don't say it's a waste of money until you've done it. Is owning a private jet a waste of money? Well, have you ever talked to a billionaire? Have you ever talked to a multimillionaire that has a private jet and asked them, why do you spend all that money on a private jet? And you'll have multimillionaires say, I used to have a private jet and I gave it up because it was a waste of money. And then others have a fleet of private jets. Is it a waste of money for them? Yeah, but that's just ridiculous. That's just, what defines ridiculous? What defines ridiculous? You get a new car for 3 years, doesn't that define? You think that you have to have a fancy car so that people will buy a house from you? Really? When I started real estate, I had a 10-year-old Jeep Cherokee that was gray, that had over 150,000 miles on it. It looked like a piece of crap. I took 19 listings in my first 5 months. No, I'm not sure that's right. Now, it's probably closer to 14 or 15 listings in my first 5 months, driving that piece of crap. I've been in real estate for nearly a year before I upgraded to a new Jeep Cherokee, which was funny because I was all I could think. I couldn't visualize myself in a luxury vehicle. I'm not dogging Jeeps. I think Jeeps are awesome, man. I had a rental car a few months ago. There was a Jeep, and I'm like, if I was a college kid, I would want this Jeep. It was like the coolest little, I don't remember what it's called, but it was like totally cool. But my point is, challenge your thinking. And if your thinking is excusing why you are where you are and why things aren't possible for you, or things aren't ridiculous for you to have something, then that's just your own box that you created for yourself. Okay. At Double Your Listing Power Training Camp for the VIPs, I'm going to be training them on Sunday night at we have a VIP mastermind the day before the event starts. I'm going to train them on my 15 personal codes of conduct. I don't share those with people, but I'm going to share those with the inner circle, not the inner circle, but the VIPs, which includes my inner circle at the event, because I think it's life-changing. But VIPs pay extra to sit at the front of a room. They pay a lot extra to sit in front of a room. And most people go like, why do I need to do that? Well, if that's the way you're thinking, that's why I don't share this stuff with you, because you couldn't understand what I'm going to share with them, because your thinking is, what's the cheapest way I can do everything? Because you don't feel worthy, or you don't believe in investing in yourself, or you don't understand the importance of putting yourself in the place where leaders sit. Isn't that crazy? I'm going on and on today. I just want so bad for you to rip your head open and let your mind blow. Let it become what you are capable of becoming. Think bigger. Realize what's possible for you, and just think about that. Think about what you want, not what you fear, and make it intentional. And the way you make it intentional is you write it down, and then you declare it every single day. You journal it, you write it, you read it, you state it with emphatic passion and emotion all day, every day, all day, every day. And then you visualize yourself in that space. And that's what I think about. I literally wake up in the middle of the night, visualizing, thinking about myself in my dream, with my future self in that place, having accomplished dreams that I know are impossible. But see, my subconscious mind is figuring it out while I'm sleeping. I don't know how I'm going to get there yet. My subconscious mind is going like, no problem. We'll figure it out. You sleep, you sleep well. We got this. It's how powerful you are. That is how powerful you really are. You just got power turned off. Power to dream. Turn it back on, my friends. That's it. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow for Freedom Friday. Play to win. And always expect yes. Thanks for the thumbs up. You guys rock. Bye, everybody.